What's up, everybody? Titan328 back with some more Sly Cooper Thieves in time. We're getting the Child of the 80's trophy in this one, but we're also doing the first episode's arcade, which, in order to get the Child of the 80's trophy, you have to get the high score in any of the arcades. So that's what I'm doing here. As you can see, it's a long-ass video, because this takes about 12 minutes to get through this entire arcade thing, so it's gonna be a while, and I'll try and keep you entertained here. But you can watch what I do and try and do what I do if you've been screwing up and you can't get the high score in the episode 1 arcade. Basically, my strategy was, like, what you should probably do is get as high level as you can, just collect as many stars as possible, and just kill everything that is possible, because the higher your level is, the more points you get for killing the enemies, and the more points you get for collecting stars. Because you get the same amount of points for collecting a star as your level. You get, I believe it's 5 times whatever level you are for destroying the floating ones, and it's 10 times destroying the eyeballs on the wall. And then there's some other stuff that you can destroy too, but just get as high a level as you possibly can and keep a high as level as you possibly can. As you can see, I'm screwing up pretty good here at the beginning, but collecting as many stars as you can is helpful in order to get your level up. But it's more important if you have to choose between getting stars or getting a kill against enemies. Kill the enemies, and if you can, try and get back and get the stars. I actually screwed myself on, I think, my second run through, or my first run through doing this, where I was easily going to get a higher score than 25. I think it was my second time through. I was easily going to get a higher score than 25,000, but I got stuck on one of those walls when it was going up, and I got caught and I got crushed, which dropped me back to level 1. I was at like 24,000, and I just completely screwed myself because I was getting so few points for killing everything, and it takes so long to collect stars. I'm just calling them stars. Or what are they, like isotopes? Fuck it, right? You can call them whatever you want. Literally sparkle stickers. You can call them that too. I don't care. But it's unlike the hacks during the game. And if you go up through that portal, that's where you get the Sly mask during each of the during the arcade. In every single, I should say this too, in every single arcade for the end of the you get all the trophies, or I should say all the treasures. You get all the treasures, and you unlock the arcade. There's a Sly mask in every single one of the arcades. So you can get all the treasures without collecting all the Sly masks, but you can't collect all the Sly masks without collecting all the treasures, because there's a Sly mask in all the arcades that you unlock by collecting the treasures. So that's something. And yeah, so I decided to go this way. If you go through the portal, there's a bunch of isotope stars that you can level up with, but I decided to go this way because I hadn't gone this way yet, and I just wanted to see what the hell was down here. So it's not the most difficult in order to get this trophy. Well, in order to get the first episode, I think the first episode was the hardest one. I've gone through the first 3 episodes of the arcades, and this one was the hardest. I'd say it's the hardest just because it was the longest. The second one was pretty hard too, but I got it on my first try. I got the high score on my first try, but I tried to go back because I wasn't recording at the time, so I wanted to try and go back and record for the high score, and I got 50 off to go over the high score again. And I said, screw it, that's good enough. And I figure that'll be good for you guys for the next arcade episode. But there's a lot of time still left. We're only 4.5 minutes into this video, and it's still 9 more minutes long. So I'll just kind of go over a little bit of strategy. Like I've said, highest enough levels you can, and just kill everything that you possibly can. I mean, even though I'm at level 10, I'm still collecting the stars because you get 10 points for it, and I mean, every point counts. I end up going over the high score pretty high in this one. But I actually, for some reason, when I first did this one, I thought the high score was 2,500. So I was like, oh shit, I got this down easy. And then it just kept going and going and going and going. I was like, well, fuck, maybe it's not 2,500. Maybe it's 25,000. And I got, I think, 23 or 24,000 for a high score the first time. I was like, well, crap. So I had to redo it. But I mean, the arcade's fun enough as it is, but you just do it over and over again. It's just the hacking mini games that you did during the main game. Like the next arcade is the tank one or the turtle shell one where you're driving around shooting ships and using keys to unlock doors and stuff like that. The third one is the rolling ball that you have to use the controller for in order to navigate. But as you saw there, I used the grenade there to blow up all those things. I should make another note that grenades don't go to the next section. Like, you lose all your grenades when you go through a portal. So try and use all 3 grenades, or how many ever you have, as you're going, because they don't come with you for whatever reason. I don't know why, but they just don't come with you. And this just keeps going. It's really long, and it's really unnecessarily long. I mean, I think the high score should have been 10,000 for this one, and it should have ended after this section because it was just long. But that's what I decided to do. I guess it's difficult enough. But I don't know what they're gonna do for the 6th arcade. I mean, I haven't gotten that far. I just unlocked the 4th one. I haven't played through it yet, but I just unlocked the 4th one, and there's one arcade for every single episode. So I don't know what they're gonna do for the 6th arcade. Maybe once you unlock, that's what I was thinking. Maybe once you unlock all the arcades, you unlock the 6th one, or once you get the high score in the first 5, you unlock the 6th one or something like that. I don't know, but I also thought initially that you might unlock the 6th one, or you unlock an arcade once you got all of the once you had gotten all of the safes and collected those treasures, since those treasures are pretty much separate from the treasures you collect. I mean, they're hanging up with the other treasures, so I figured, maybe that's what you got to do. But once I got the last one, it didn't. I'm guessing it's the Paris one, the one in France, that has to be fixed, and that's the 6th one. But I don't know how that one's fixed. Maybe, yeah, I don't know, because you can't get all the slime masks. You can't get all the slime masks in that episode without unlocking that arcade first. So I'm just collecting all the stars here because it's 10 points, and I screwed up the first 2 times and I didn't quite get enough. So I figure, why not? And I get back up to level 10 here too. I'm guessing it's you just unlock all the arcades and you get the 6th one then unlocked. I don't know, because I got all 4 slime masks on the Paris prologue and the Paris ending level, so there's 2 each. Shout out to B, a lot of goddamn numbers. He's there. So he logged on and logged back off right away. But I'm almost to 25,000, but I mean, there's still a lot of video left. There's still about 3.5 minutes left in this arcade. I really don't know what else to say for the actual video, but I'm just killing everything that I possibly can, because that's how you're gonna be able to beat this thing. Collect all the stars, kill as many things as you can. I can't really express that enough. And watch out for, while you're moving, don't get caught behind a ledge when it's going up, like right there, that ledge there as it's going up. If you get caught underneath that and the screen would move up, you die and you reset at level 1, and you pretty much screwed yourself because you're not gonna be able to get up. You're not gonna be able to level back up quick enough in order to get to the high score. But actually, I was recording this. There's no sound in the background because I was recording this when I was just like listening to music, and I didn't want to have the game music just over my music that I was listening to, because I'm just cleaning up right now for the trophies and the treasures and the slime masks. And I don't need to listen to the game. I just don't really feel like it. So I unplugged that part for the recording device. And I have a lot of people asking me if I'm gonna do like treasure videos with the map and Sly mask videos with the map, and I'm just not. I thought about it. I really thought about doing it, but then I decided against it just because if I do that, I have to play through the entire game again without getting any of the treasures of the slime masks, and then just go back and do it. Which, if the game was shorter, that'd be fine, but the game is actually pretty long without side questing. I mean, each episode is just doing the missions for about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how long it really takes you. But I just decided against it. And I also have to go back through and get the Navigate Like Drake trophy, because, like I said during that video, if you don't get it all, if you don't know what that is at the beginning, you kind of screw yourself. Because I could go back and replay, like, without playing the entire game again, I could go back and replay all of the missions again, and then open it up during those missions, but I don't want to do that. But here's the boss battle, if you haven't seen. Basically, you're probably going to have 3 grenades against the boss. It's the same as any of the bosses in the arcade. You're going to have probably 3 grenades, and all I did was just, once the shield was down, just go up and blow it up with the grenade. Just not too difficult. So that is it, child of the 80s, right there. You can see I had tits there from a failed attempt. But there it is, child of the 80s. Beat the top high score of one Hideout arcade. And there's a trophy to beat the high score for all of the Hideout arcades. So I'm going to be doing that along with the arcade videos of each of the arcades. So that is all for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.